One day, Sir Topham Hatt came to see Thomas, Percy, and Toby. "The bridge across the river needs repair," Sir Topham Hatt told the engines. "I shall have to make a weight limit across it for a while. Percy and Toby will be all right, but Thomas is too heavy." "Then where will I go, sir?" asked Thomas anxiously. "Would you like to go and help Edward?" suggested Sir Topham Hatt. "Can Annie and Clarabel come?" asked Thomas. "They'll be needed here, I'm afraid," he said. "Henrietta can't carry all of the passengers on her own." Percy promised to look after Annie and Clarabel, but they were sorry to see Thomas go. To cheer Thomas up, Edward took him to see Bill and Ben, the twin engines who lived at the Chanticleer Harbor. "Oh dear, not another blue engine," said Bill cheekily. "First Edward, and now don't forget Gordon," interrupted Ben. "He came here once, by mistake, or so he said. I don't think he enjoyed it very much," he added innocently. The twins both chuckled, remembering. "No, but seriously, Edward," said Bill, "why doesn't Sir Topham Hatt paint engines a proper colour, like us for instance?" Thomas let off steam indignantly. "Let me tell you," he began. "All right, you two," laughed Edward. "Go and move those trucks, or there won't be any room for any more." Bill and Ben, unabashed, went off happily. "You just don't have to take them too seriously," explained Edward. Thomas smiled ruefully. "I wish I knew how you deal with them," he said. Near the harbor, the line crossed the road. The crossing had no gates. The road led to a farm which supplied food to the shops in the town. One morning, the farmer had difficulty starting his lorry. He did at last, but the lorry jerked along in fits and starts. The farmer was worried about his load of milk and butter and eggs. "That milk will churn to butter soon," he muttered to himself as he neared the level crossing. The lorry lurched across the rails. The back wheels were just clear when its engine made a noise like a tired sheep and stopped. The back of the lorry was still jutting out over the railway line. The farmer struggled to start it again. He had just got down to telephone for help when he heard a train approaching. Thomas wasn't going fast. When he saw the lorry, he set his brakes hard, but he couldn't stop. No one was hurt, but Thomas was covered in eggs, butter, and milk. "Ugh!" he exclaimed. "Look at my poor lorry," said the farmer, coming out from behind the hedge where he had been sheltering. "What a way to make an omelette." The driver surveyed the mess. Then he began to laugh. "It's not funny," said Thomas crossly. An egg yolk trickled down his nose and burst on his buffer. "You look just like a scrambled egg, Thomas." "If a scrambled egg feels as sticky and wet as I do, then it's very uncomfortable," said Thomas. "Please clean me." Both his driver and his fireman tried hard, but the heat from Thomas's boiler had cooked the eggs, and they were stuck. "Sorry, Thomas," said his driver at last. "We can't block the line any longer. We shall have to go on." At the end of the line, Thomas was taken to Bill and Ben's yard to be cleaned. The twins were there. "What's this?" said Ben. "Must be a new engine," said Bill. Ben inspected the arrival. "No, Bill," he said. "That's not a new engine. It's Thomas." "But it's our colour, Ben, and Thomas doesn't think our colour is proper for an engine." They heard a grinding noise. "Are your joints stiff, Bill?" asked Ben. But it wasn't Bill's joints. It was Thomas, gnashing his teeth.